Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a deep dive into the Wilderness Systems iATAK 110. It's a premium inflatable kayak. I've owned mine for about a year now. So does it live up to the hype and the reputation? Stick around and let's find out. Alright, let's start with what's included when you purchase the kayak. Out of the box, the kayak is packed in a portable luggage-style bag with roller wheels for ease of transport, and an ErgoBoost folding seat system. In the bag, you'll find included a 1-inch front rail for accessories and mounts. It comes in 3 parts. A dual-action hand pump with pressure gauge and hose, a tail fin, 2 front footrest rails, and of course the kayak itself. There was also a portable battery-powered inflator, which I haven't included in the video as I found it kind of cheap, but it was also a welcome addition to just be thrown in. Getting the iATAK 110 ready to hit the water is surprisingly quick and painless. Now right off the bat, do yourself a favor and purchase a sub pump, capable of at least 15 psi. You can use the included dual-action manual pump just fine, but you'll save yourself a lot of time and a lot of energy if you go with a sub pump. The biggest feature this kayak has is its drop stitch build, designed to be pumped up to pressure to maintain a rigid body. The kayak has 2 separate chambers. You can see on the valve the recommended PSI is between 10 and 12. I've always gone with 11 PSI, right in the middle of the recommended specs. Arguably the most important feature of the iATAK is its pressure release valves. This is an inflatable you'll be fishing from and paddling from in potentially warm and sunny locations. As the kayak heats up, the pressure inside will also rise. These valves let the air vent if the pressure gets greater than 14 psi, potentially saving your kayak from a rupture. This to me was a must-have and a huge reason why I picked the iATAK over other inflatable crafts. Start with inflating the floor chamber first. With the sub pump, you can set it and forget it, and makes it easier to set up a rod or anything else that you have to prep for your trip. Most portable sub pumps like mine will have an initial fill stage where it's just using the power from the car or the internal battery, and then eventually it'll kick on with a compressor after 5 psi. Make sure to check that the center scupper hole is screwed down, then you can move on to the second chamber. Before you inflate, you'll want to insert the accessory rail into the 4 front attachment points. It's almost impossible to do this when the kayak is fully inflated. Once the second chamber is full, you can attach the ergo seat to the floor mounts. The seat will just click in easily to the attached brackets. Now all that's left is to mount the foot pedals at the front in the mesh loops. And of course, don't forget to attach the rear fin underneath. For whatever reason, mine hasn't gotten any easier to attach over time. It might be due to the cold weather when I was filming or possibly some dirt in the track, but it definitely doesn't go on easy. There's also a slight design issue with the fin's cross pin. It has a cord loop on it, which I've always worried might catch on something when you're paddling. For now, I've just been wrapping it around the back of the fin and keeping it out of the way. And so far, I haven't had any issue with it catching. The back fin track is also compatible with some battery-powered motors, like the Bixby K1. And there you go, you're ready to get out on the water. With the kayak fully up to pressure and due to the rigid bow insert and stern fin, this kayak paddles and tracks like a hard shell. Alright, with setup out of the way, it's time to move on to the features and everything that the iATAK 110 offers. At 11 feet long and 38 inches wide, this thing is built for stability without sacrificing speed. That's largely thanks to the drop stitch design and fishbone technology bow insert and displacement hull. At 50 pounds, it's a bit on the heavy side compared to a canoe, but when you think about it, the fact that you can stand up and fish easily from this, and it has a 400-pound capacity, I'd say the weight is a non-issue. Also, this kayak is generally not meant to be a backwoods portage-capable craft. As it's more angler focused, it's been kitted out with 4 Scotty mounts and a 1-inch front accessory rail, allowing for extensive customization with fishing accessories and gear. The ErgoBoost seat system really is a game changer. It's fully adjustable for optimal back support and conveniently folds into a booster seat, giving you extra height for improved casting and visibility. This elevated position makes the transition from seated to standing smooth and stable, letting you stretch your legs or gain a better vantage point for those casts. Silent traction pads provide a quiet, non-slip standing deck, while the stern tank well features the same padding to keep your gear from sliding around when you paddle. Up front, the bow includes crisscross bungees and multiple D-rings, perfect for securing your essentials, as well as a location to screw down a camera or a GoPro. There are 4 sturdy handrails on all sides of the kayak, giving you a great grip when transporting to and from the water. Underneath the ErgoBoost seat is a drainage scupper hole. As we all know, it's pretty much inevitable to get some water in your kayak, even on dry days, just from paddling around and splashing. The scupper does a good job of giving that water a place to go, thanks to its placement in a recessed well. That means even on rainy days, you won't have a puddle of water sloshing around under you. There's even a built-in ruler so you can measure your catch and keep those fish stories accurate. All of this comes together to give you plenty of space to pack gear for more than just an afternoon on the water. I've taken mine on multi-day trips without any trouble, as long as I packed with lightweight camping gear. There's a nice spot between your legs for a large camping pack, and even with the added weight, the stability actually improves. You will sacrifice some speed when fully loaded, but you'll never have to worry about feeling unstable. With the features out of the way, I wanted to show my setup and everything I added to really kit out this kayak for fishing. Links to all the gear I'm going to show will be in the description for you guys to check out. First up, the gear crate. I went with the Wilderness Systems kayak crate because I love its looks, deep storage it offers, and the 4 adjustable rod holders. That said, while it provides a ton of storage space, the main chamber doesn't have waterproof sealing around the rim, which is a bit of a downside, but it will keep out the rain just fine. It's also on the pricey side at around $259 Canadian currently. That being said, you could definitely go with other options out there and be just fine, thanks to how large the stern storage pad is. I've attached iATAK Mighty Mount rail plates to some of the existing Scotty mounting points on my kayak. iATAK has designed a great system for attaching their gear. Each mount includes a screw-down rail attachment that slides into the track and locks securely in place. Once installed, you can quickly attach or remove accessories like rod holders and camera mounts, and even rotate them with a simple button press. At the rear, I'm using a iATAK Panfish Pro camera mount, which I really like for its flexibility and ease of use. The rear-mounted camera arm gives me excellent over-the-shoulder wide-angle shots. And with my external battery pack, I can keep the GoPro running for hours without the need to bring it in to swap batteries. I also use the iATAK Ready light as a visibility flag for safety. It features a twist-on light, which is perfect for ensuring I'm visible in low-light conditions. Up at the front on the kayak's 1-inch accessory rail, I've added a Scotty clamp mounting bracket with a Scotty baitcaster / spinning rod holder and extension arm. The extension arm allows you to position the rod closer for better access while trolling, making deployment and hook sets more effective. The last few mounting points on the kayak are taken up with my sonar setup. I went with the Garmin Striker 4 Vivid. It's a 4-inch screen perfect for these kayak setups. For the screen mount, I'm using a iATAK round base mount, which fits the Striker 4 series perfectly. Thanks to the gimbal, the arm snaps on easily, and everything's super stable and adjustable. I mount my transducer at the back left of the kayak, just behind the seat. I just run my cables from there to the battery and up to the screen. For the transducer mount, I chose the Scotty deck mount paired with the Scotty kayak transducer arm. This placement works great as it's out of the way while I paddle, and folds up and down easily thanks to the tension knob. For power, I'm using the iATAK branded 10 amp hour battery by Naqua. To keep the battery dry, I simply strap it to the ergo seat instead of placing it in the kayak floor. I love this thing. It comes in a sleek pouch, pre-wired with the correct connectors for Garmin Striker. I can run this unit non-stop for days and barely make a dent in the charge. Even after 3 days of using it 5 to 10 hours a day, I've never fully drained it. That covers everything I've added to the kayak to get it dialed in for angling. It's taken some trial and error, but I'm really happy with where it's at now. And setting it up for me takes no longer than 30 minutes when I'm at a location. Packing up the kayak after a trip is super easy. Just unscrew both valve covers and press down on the valve to release the air. Once most of the pressure is out, you can hook up either the included hand pump or a sup pump set to the deflate setting. The sup pump will pull out all of the remaining air in each chamber until they're nice and flat. After that, close the valves back off, roll the kayak back up, and stow it in the transport bag along with all the included accessories. Then you can just throw it back in the car and you're ready to head home. Alright, let's talk about who this kayak's for and whether it's the right fit for you. Currently, the iATAK 110 retails for around 1800 Canadian. While that's not exactly cheap, I'd say it's a fair price compared to what you'd be paying for like a hard shell fishing kayak or even a Swift canoe. If you're someone like me who's living in an apartment or condo without a garage space, and you're looking for a portable way to get out on the water and fish, the iATAK 110 might be right for you. If you're just looking to paddle around casually, there's tons of folding canoe options and other inflatable options as well. But if you're focused on angling, the iATAK 110 is the best portable option in my opinion. Now, if you have a garage or a large space you can store a canoe or a kayak, I'd still suggest looking into a canoe for those backwoods portage trips. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, the iATAK 110 isn't really meant to be a portage capable craft. You could do it in theory, but the amount of fishing gear and the fishing crate and the kayak itself, it just takes too many trips to do a portage. Especially here in Canada, for those backwoods fishing trips, the canoe is still the way to go. That said, there are some areas where wilderness systems can improve on the iATAK 110. The biggest one for me is the footrest. The way they attach to the side of the kayak is very cheap and clumsy. Mine are constantly sliding out of the little mesh loops, and I end up having to reach down and put them back in the holders multiple times per trip. Once they're in place, they work great for locking you into the seat while you paddle. It's just frustrating having to put them back in all the time. Another small but worth mentioning issue is the water retention. Since it's a 2-chamber kayak with a lot of nooks and crannies, water can get in everywhere. And because you roll this kayak up for storage, the trapped water means mold. I've had to keep a towel in my car just to towel everything off after a trip. The best thing you can do is take it home and on a dry day just unroll it and let it dry completely and then roll it back up and store it. And that wraps up this review. I've had a lot of people out on the water and in the comment section ask about this kayak, so I knew I wanted to do a deep dive to show everything this kayak offers. If you're new to the channel and you liked this review, hit the like button, leave a comment down below, and consider subscribing for more fishing and outdoor content. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'll see you on the next one.